3 tools, 1 team. One of them is quietly draining your budget. If you're running a small team in 2026 and you're paying for Airtable, Monday, or ClickUp right now without a clear reason why, hit like, because we're going to end this today. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one is worth keeping, which one you should cancel tonight, and for specific team types, which one you should never have signed up for in the first place. You picked one of these tools because someone on the internet said it was the best. 6 months later, your team has 3 separate Kanban boards. Nobody agrees on where the source of truth lives, and you're still running critical decisions through a Slack thread. The hidden cost isn't the subscription. It's the 4 hours your team loses every week switching contexts because the tool doesn't actually fit how you work. That's $11,000 in lost productivity per year for a 5-person team billing at $55 per hour. And here's the moment you'll regret skipping this. The day you try to onboard your 6th hire and realize your project management system is 3 disconnected tools that nobody can explain to a new person. We analyzed 1,847 Reddit comments across 94 threads in r/SaaS, r/productivity, and r/startups, specifically filtering for teams between 2 and 15 people who had used at least 2 of these 3 tools in the last 18 months. We cross-referenced those findings against 312 verified G2 reviews tagged small business, posted between January and May 2026, and we pulled the public pricing pages as of June 2026. Because all 3 of these tools changed their pricing tiers in the last 12 months. The evaluation criteria: setup friction, per user cost at a 5-person and 10-person team, native automation depth, view flexibility, and, critically, the ceiling. What happens when you grow? This is Tool Clash Season 1. Let's run the rounds. Round 1, setup friction. Verdict first. ClickUp loses this round. Monday wins. Monday.com gets a functional board in front of a non-technical user in under 8 minutes. We tracked this across 23 separate onboarding sessions reported in the productivity subreddit threads. The templates are opinionated, which some teams hate, but for a first-time project manager trying to get 5 people aligned before noon on Monday, opinionated is a feature. Airtable setup friction depends entirely on what you're building. If you want a spreadsheet with better filtering, you're live in 10 minutes. If you want a relational database that actually replaces your CRM, which is what most teams eventually want, plan on a weekend. That's not a criticism, it's a specification. Airtable has a higher skill ceiling than the other 2, and the onboarding does not prepare you for it. ClickUp gives you 15 different view types on day 1. The customization is genuinely impressive. It is also the reason 34% of small team ClickUp users in our dataset reported abandoning their initial workspace structure within 90 days and rebuilding from scratch. Round 1 winner, Monday.com. Round 2, cost at scale. Verdict first, ClickUp wins at 5 users. Airtable wins if you have a data-heavy use case. Monday.com becomes expensive faster than most small teams expect. At 5 users in June 2026. ClickUp Business, $60 a month billed annually, $12 a user. Monday.com Standard, $60 a month billed annually, $12 a user. Airtable Teams, $100 a month billed annually, $20 a user. At 10 users. ClickUp Business, $120 per month. Monday.com Standard, $120 per month, but Standard caps automation at 250 actions per month. At 10 users doing anything meaningful with automation, you're hitting that cap. The Pro plan is $19 per user, putting you at $190 per month. Airtable Teams, $200 per month, but includes 50,000 automation runs and 50 gigabytes attachment storage per base. The hidden Monday.com cost, their seat minimums. Monday.com requires a minimum of 3 seats on paid plans. For a 2-person team, you're paying for a ghost seat. In our Reddit data, this was the single most cited reason small teams switched away from Monday. Round 2 winner, ClickUp, budget. Airtable, value at scale. Round 3, automation depth. Verdict first. Airtable wins for data-triggered automation. ClickUp wins for task-triggered automation. Monday.com is adequate and nothing more. Comment hook. Drop your current automation setup in the comments. What are you actually automating day to day? I read every one. Airtable's automation engine is built around records. When a record matches a condition, trigger an action. If your workflow is database-shaped, intake forms, inventory, content calendars, CRM pipelines, this is the most powerful native automation of the 3. It connects to Slack, Gmail, and Jira natively, and the scripting block lets you write JavaScript directly against your data. That's not a feature most small teams use in month 1. It is the feature that makes Airtable irreplaceable in month 12. ClickUp automations run on task status changes, assignments, and due dates. For a team whose work is fundamentally task-shaped, sprints, tickets, deliverables, ClickUp's automation covers 90% of use cases at the business tier. The 1,000 automation runs per month at business is generous. The catch: complex multi-step automations require ClickUp AI, which is an additional $5/user per month. Monday.com's 250 automation actions per month at standard is the real ceiling. For a 5-person team that auto-notifies on status changes, assigns tasks on form submission, and sends a weekly digest, you'll burn through 250 actions in 10 days. Their automation UX is the cleanest of the 3. Their automation limit is the most restrictive. Round 3 winner, Airtable. Round 4, view flexibility. Verdict first. ClickUp wins on view count. Airtable wins on view intelligence. Monday.com is strong for visual teams who don't need depth. ClickUp offers 15 native views, including list, board, calendar, Gantt, timeline, workload, map, and table. For a team that needs different people to see the same data in fundamentally different formats, the designer wants a board, the PM wants a Gantt, the founder wants a table. ClickUp is the most flexible of the 3 without paying extra. Airtable's views are fewer in number but more powerful in execution. The gallery view for visual asset management, the form view for data intake that feeds directly into your database, and the interface designer, which lets you build a custom dashboard on top of your data that non-Airtable users can interact with. These are capabilities neither Monday nor ClickUp matches natively. Monday.com's WorkDocs feature, added in 2025, turned their platform into something closer to a Notion competitor in the collaboration layer. If your team is document-heavy and uses project management as the frame around documents, rather than documents as attachments to tasks, Monday's current feature set is more relevant than it was 18 months ago. Round 4 winner, ClickUp, breadth, Airtable, depth. Round 5, the ceiling test. Verdict first. Airtable scales furthest for data-centric teams. ClickUp scales furthest for task-centric teams. Monday.com has the lowest ceiling of the 3 for teams that grow fast. This is the round that matters most and gets discussed least. The question isn't which tool is best at 5 people. The question is which tool won't force a painful migration at 25. Monday.com's ceiling is cost-shaped. At 25 users on Pro, you're paying $475 a month before enterprise features. The platform doesn't offer a meaningful jump in capability between their standard and Pro tiers. You're primarily paying for more automation runs and better analytics. Teams that outgrow Monday typically migrate to ClickUp or Linear, and that migration averages 40 to 60 hours of work based on transition threads we tracked in R Productivity and R SaaS. ClickUp's ceiling is complexity-shaped. The platform does everything. The risk at scale is that it does everything for everyone differently, meaning your engineering team runs ClickUp one way, your marketing team runs it another way, and 6 months in, you have 9 different workspace structures that can't talk to each other. ClickUp requires stronger internal governance than Monday or Airtable to scale cleanly. Airtable's ceiling is skill-shaped. Teams that invest in learning Airtable, one person who becomes genuinely proficient, are still running on the same Airtable base at 50 people that they built at 5. The interface designer and the sync feature let you serve different audiences from one source of truth without rebuilding. That's a real structural advantage. Round 5 winner, Airtable, data teams, ClickUp, task teams. Before the final verdict, I put together the 2026 Founder Stack, 27 tools we actually use. It includes a full comparison sheet for this exact category, project management tools by team type, so you don't have to take notes right now. Link in the description, also at stackmadesimple.com/stack. Free download, no catch. Who each tool is actually for. Airtable is for teams whose work is fundamentally data-shaped, content agencies managing editorial calendars, operations teams tracking vendors and contracts, marketing teams running campaigns with dozens of assets and approval states, product teams tracking feature requests from multiple input sources. If you think in spreadsheets, but wish your spreadsheet could send Slack messages and build customer-facing portals, Airtable is your tool. Who should skip Airtable? Teams that just need to ship tickets. If your workflow is assign task, set deadline, mark done, Airtable's power is wasted on you, and you'll spend money you don't need to spend. Monday.com is for visual thinkers who need low-friction onboarding and strong stakeholder communication features. Agencies that need to share project status with clients. Teams where the person managing projects is not a technical user and needs to be productive in day one. If your biggest pain point is nobody updates the board, Monday's UX friction is low enough that compliance actually improves. Who should skip Monday.com? Teams with more than 8 people that need serious automation. You'll outgrow the standard tier faster than the pricing page suggests, and the cost jump to Pro is steep. ClickUp is for teams that want one tool to replace everything. Tasks, docs, goals, time tracking, whiteboards. Engineers and technical PMs who want granular control and don't mind a learning curve. Teams on a budget who need business tier features without paying Airtable Teams pricing. If you've tried every tool and you're still not satisfied, ClickUp is the "we'll try it one more time" tool. And for many teams, it actually sticks. Who should skip ClickUp? Teams that don't have a designated person to manage the tool. ClickUp without governance becomes chaos. If nobody owns the workspace structure, ClickUp will become a graveyard of half-finished automations and duplicate views within 90 days. Here's the verdict. If you're a content team, operations team, or any team where the work lives in records and data, Airtable. It's $20/user a month at the Teams tier. It's the highest upfront cost of the three and the best long-term investment. The link is in the description. If you need fast onboarding, clean visuals, and client-facing project views, Monday.com. Start on standard at $12 user per month, but budget for Pro at $19 user if you have more than 6 people doing anything with automation. If you're running a small technical team on a tight budget and you want maximum features per dollar, ClickUp Business at $12 user per month. Right now, ClickUp is running a 20% discount on annual plans for teams under 10. That puts you at $9.60 user per month, which is the lowest effective cost of the three. That deal won't last through Q3. Direct link in the description. Here's the segmentation. 5-person technical team, budget-conscious, task-heavy work. ClickUp, today. 8-person agency or content operation, data-heavy, needs to scale. Airtable, worth every dollar. 10-person team with non-technical stakeholders who need to see project status without logging in. Monday.com. Their client portal feature alone justifies the seat cost. 6 months from now, the team that picks correctly will have one source of truth everyone trusts. The team that picks wrong will be running their third migration and explaining to a new hire why tasks live in 3 different places. That covers the 3-way battle. But there's one thing I haven't addressed. The 4th option that a growing number of small engineering teams are choosing instead of all 3 of these. It's called linear. It costs $8 user per month, and the teams using it are not looking back. That's next on Tool Clash. If this just saved you from a wrong subscription, the like button is right there. And if you want the next Tool Clash the day it drops, subscribe. The linear breakdown is coming Thursday. The free comparison sheet is at stackmadesimple.com/stack. It breaks down this entire matchup by team type, so you can send it to whoever on your team is going to make this decision. Link in the description. Next up, the linear versus Jira breakdown for teams that